we are going to show you how to install. Let me check my documents or my sheets. Oh, where is this? Let me grab my documents. So I fixed some tutorials because if you decided to run it as it is before, you are going to have an issue. But I fixed the tutorial like installing the mini O to run 247, which I've already modified on the Docker and everything like that. Now we have our mini O that is running. So let me show you something before we proceed to installing the NCA toolkit, because that is what we are going to install next. So it's 5 dots. 5 dots. Yeah, let's go. So this is the GUI. That means the interface. So we have what we call the API is going to be 900. You are going to understand when it comes to that, like how this thing works. So first thing you have to do is to create a bucket. As you can see, this is how it is, and I've updated everything right here in my folder. And you are going to click on create bucket. After you get to create bucket, you want to start for NCA toolkit. Okay, toolkit. So you are going to create buckets. After you have finished creating the bucket, you have to, as you can see, the access is RWA. We have to check the access to a public. If you are using the latest of this thing, it's going to give you an issue. So that is why I decided to update it here. Okay. So if you are the person that is running this one before on your local, you don't have an issue. If you are running this on your desktop, I've updated it and you won't have any issue to start with. Okay, now we need to get the access key. Now go to the access, uh, I'm later going to change mine when the time comes. So go to create an access key. As you can see, this is the secret key. Okay, you have to save both. Okay, word counter, you have to save both. So number one is the access key, number two is the secret key. You need both, or else you are going to have an issue. So let's paste our access key here. We know this one is the access key, and we know the second one is the secret key. So this is the secret key. I'm still going to remove everything, so don't copy mine, or else you are going to have an issue. So after done with that one, we are going to skip this. I can run this Kokuru. So you have to take notes before running these Kokoro. We are not here to run this Kokoro now because it have their own part too. We are running this step 3, which is NCA toolkit. So what you are going to do right now is copy this. Okay. Whether you are using okay, if you are using this is local and this is for VPS. Okay, let's go for the VPS type. This is for the VPS. You can change this one to localhost localhost. Okay, change this one to localhost. So I think I have some in my that I've used before. Here, access configuration, localhost access key. I just want to check on something. Data volume. I don't think we need this one. This is for. Let me just remove this one. Yeah, let's remove this one. So this is the one we are going to work on now. So these are the things you have to take notes when you are running this. So I'm going to paste it here. This is how you are going to run it. Now we have the Docker run. So your API key is going to be the key. So the API key for your NCA, whenever you want to use NCA, is the key. Okay, this is the API key. We are going to need it when you are running this thing. Okay, the API key should be the key, or you can set it to anything you want. So maybe you can set it to my key or their key, but just make sure it is the key. Okay, if you are running it on a local host, which means your local desktop computer, you have to leave this one to this. Okay, this is your API key. This is your API endpoint URL. So your access key, you're going to replace this your access key with this one. Okay, and you are going to replace your secret key with the one we copy. You will need that one. Okay. And the next thing is the bucket name. The bucket name we created right here, which is called I've already done this one. Um, that is done already. Your bucket name, go to your uh this is NCA Toolkit. That is your bucket name. Now you have to replace it here. NCA Toolkit. Your S3 region should be none and leave the rest. So let us run this in our like if you are running it on your local PC, you can leave this URL. But if you are running it on a VPS, you have to use localhost. But I love running it on my VPS, so I can use it wherever I am 247. That's the reason why I'm using it on your VPS. So if you want to run it on your Docker desktop, it's still the same. But make sure you leave the URL to the host. Leave the URL to the host, or you might have an issue. Don't come back here and say you have, but we have a forum that's already created for you guys to get access to all the info. Maybe I'm going to get create a group for us to manage. Okay, so you are going to go to the terminal. Let this thing will finish. For you that want to run, we have, so yesterday we run Minio, we run anything, which is pretty easy. Now we have to go to close the terminal first, go here and select the gbash. That is one you are going to use. So paste it right here. Paste the thing right here to install your NCA toolkit. Okay. After you install it, you are going to see, if I haven't deleted it, you are going to see it somewhere around there. So I think it's somewhere around there. So as for you guys that is using the VPS, so go to your VPS, fire it up. Okay. Root. Input your password and let us install our NCA toolkit. Now go and copy, go and copy whatever and make sure everything is correct. You see, we are running it on VPS. So let me go here and I think you are going to do this one for yourself. So localhost, let me check it again and make sure there is no mistake. Localhost is correct. Now let us copy it. You can run it here. So you can run it here. Make sure if you are running it on localhost, like I said, on your deck, you have to change this one to the previous URL, which is right here, which is um don't change this one to local to this host Docker host. Okay, so you can do whatever you want now if you want it. So we are going to run it now. I'm just going to show you guys how to run it, and then the thing about this thing is you won't be able to see you won't be able to see you won't be able to see this UI, but make sure you set it up very well so you won't have any issue. Maybe in the later day when we are starting this thing, you might have an issue with it if you don't set it up right. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to download everything, pull up everything, and make sure everything is great. The reason why we are doing this one is whatever storage this is going to use, which is the NCA toolkit, which compose of multiple things we want to use. Okay, like magic video, creating videos, photos, pictures, everything like that. This is the storage that is going to use, and everything is going to store around here. Okay, it's going to be stored in this place. Okay, so that is it. So the next one we are going to install, let's go to the next one we are going to install is the Kokuro TSS. We are going to install the Kokuro TSS. So we are going to install the CPU version. Okay, and if you are using desktop and um your this your thing can run for like can run for on GPU. Like mine, I have a GPU I'm running on, and if you go here, you're going to see the Kokoro TSS. If you go to the image right now, Kokoro TS fast GPU costs like 20 gig. Okay, it costs 20 gig. The GPU costs 20 gig. I think the CPU costs like 3 gig or 4 gig or 5 gig like that. So this one have an advanced theme than the instance one. So now we have installed, let's say we have installed, number one is the menu, we have done the menu, and number two, we are installing the NCA toolkit, which is highly required. Okay, is highly required, is highly needed for us to be able to make this thing very, very operative. That is the reason why we are installing it. And after you have installed it successfully, we called something the API endpoint. This is what we are going to use for the API endpoint. Okay, make sure you save everything. For you guys that are using PC, we have created everything for you. Okay, this is the HTTP for the if you set up correctly, you should be able to access your anything VADs. And if you are using VPS, just need to replace this with your VPS address. Okay. And for menu, you can use this one for your menu if I run it on localhost, and you can for NCA toolkit, we only need an endpoint. Okay, we only need an endpoint, and it's not going to show. It's not going to show anything. Just make sure you set it up very well. As you see, NCA does not have a web UI. This is just an API. There is GitHub to find out about the endpoint and what can be done. Okay, so they have their own URL for that one too. So after the installation is complete, I think we are all good with that. So thank you for watching, and let us in the next video we are going to work on how to install the Kokoro. This thing is even easy. You can even run this yourself. Like I said, if your system have a GPU like mine, let me go to the taskbar management to show you what the GPU means. So I'm running on NVIDIA or Nivadi or whatever you are calling it. As you can see, this is my GPU, okay? 15.9 gig shared memory. I have two GPU. I have the Intel and also have the NVIDIA, which make it almost like so this is dedicated GPU memory, and this is the shared memory, almost like 32 gig for me to actually access here. 32 gig worth of this. So just two of it and it's running. So that is why I can use Kokoro on my PC, on my desktop. That is why I install the GPU version. We have the CPU version, we have the GPU version. Okay, so after the installation, everything has already ended. So I think we are actually done with this one now. So thank you for watching, and let us meet in the next episode.